Hey, I just got back from work and I found a dead chicken in the water trough. So he drowned, and it looks like it happened within the last 30 minutes or so. Still got a lot of movement. Postmortem has not set in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and even though he's only about pullet size right now, I'm going to dress him out. I'm probably going to skin him, and we're going to look at making a soup from the meat, which is not going to be a whole lot in there. And I'm going to boil down these feet. I have some feet in my freezer. So I'm going to boil it down, and I'm going to make some chicken stock with some leftover carrots and celery. So I'll get this process started, and I will finish the video each step of the way. Okay, so I'm over here in front of my sink, and what I got, try to get my camera angle. Larry, I need a new camera so I could do better videos. If everybody can just comment that, maybe I can get my my camera sooner. Get a good angle right here of the bird. Okay, and what I've done at this point is I've cut circular, just cut the skin right up between these two joints right here. I want to save these feet. Next thing that you're going to do, I've already done it on one leg, is you're going to get underneath this skin right here. And you're going to go down the center. And it's nice and clean. One thing to be careful about that a lot of these beginner videos that you see, they don't tell you, is that these little feathers, they're a natural little protectant. So if you're fighting the feather, everything's going to be 10 times harder for you. So you don't want to do that. Okay, so now that you got it started, it's much easier. Alright, so you go all the way down. Everything's going to be nice and clean right here. And you just want to pull away. I just pulled some feathers out. Pull away from the meat and back. Yes, I stick my tongue out when I work. I know. I get that from my grandpa. My grandpa does that. The reason that I am not doing the whole dunking it in water and pulling the feathers out is because I am not frying this little boy. I am going to be making a soup, and I don't need it. This is actually my first time doing this as well, and the damn video made it sound like it was easy, but it's not. Okay, so what I've done now is I've gone ahead and I've cut up some pretty pieces of celery, onions, and carrots. And I've poured in my homemade chicken stock, which I made with chicken feet and then the ugly pieces of carrot, celery, and onions. So I'm going to pour these into here. Now, this is the chicken that drowned earlier today in the goat trough. As you can see, there's just really not a whole lot to him at this point. This is his little leg, and there's the breast in here. This is a little breast. That's all there is to it. But there's also something to say in that, and the fact that he was about 2.5 months old, which is a little bit older than what they are in the factories whenever they get killed. And as you know, those chicken breasts are about almost the size of my breasts, and you know that there's something wrong with that if they're that big that early on. Another question people often ask me about whenever I'm cooking this, which I'm just going to tell you now. I eyeball everything. I cook better that way. I can cook to my taste. I don't like cooking to other people's taste, and I'm sure not going to ask you to cook to my taste.
So if you love celery and you want to throw a whole bunch of celery in there, put a whole bunch of celery in there. I like salt. I was raised in the South, so a lot of things that I make, it just is too salty for most people. So um, I'm gonna go ahead and skin out this, take this chicken off of the bone. I'm gonna just let it boil now. My husband doesn't get off for another hour and a half, so I should be pretty good by that point. And he normally likes potatoes. If you're going to put potatoes in it, put it in at the one of the last things that you put in, because you don't want them to get too mushy and overcooked. If you want noodles, put noodles. Oh, thank you. Thank you for watching. Bye. One more thing that I forgot to add about this chicken. I'm letting it soak in some whole milk right now. I don't know if we can get a... I'll let it drip. There's whole milk. The first time that I killed a chicken, it took way too long to do it. I don't know if it was the fact that this chicken was too old. He was a rooster. That's also got something to do with it. But I took way too long killing him because I was wanting to do it humanely. And I guess on the first time that you do anything, you screw it up. And so the chicken just tasted horrible. Friend of my husband's told him soak it in buttermilk, but I used all my buttermilk yesterday, so I'm putting them in whole milk and seeing if that'll fix it. So I will let you know how everything goes.